Welcome back to the Wheelchair Dad channel. You've heard of hands-free driving. What about leg-free driving?
Well, today that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to go to my daughter's soccer game. Come along with us. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of what it takes for someone like me in a wheelchair to do something like that. Let's go and punch today in the face. Hold on, I got it.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah, for the little camera.
Marlon, don't ignore me. No. Give me that book.
It's always like a last minute chore to think of anything that you need when you get out on the road so that you've got food and snacks and water and whatever else. Just made this quesadilla for one of them and then they didn't want it, so. Okay, you ready? There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, a little treat. Just gonna head out and load up all the kids in the car. Got a circus show trying to get out of the house there sometimes. And then we've got this big behemoth van for when we're taking the whole family. Andrea or the kids who grab that. And this is where I'm blessed with my injury. I'm able to lock my right leg out, which helps a ton for stuff like this. Now that I have a shoulder that's failing and needs to be repaired, it's much more apparent how much of it is shoulder. I feel bad, but I'm also appreciative every time somebody puts it in or takes it out of there. It always just zings me in some aspect. So I learned about hand controls while I was in the hospital and found out that I was going to go home paralyzed. All right, the controls real quick. This little blue light right here turns the hand controls on and off. So the gas is electronically controlled through this, and then the brake is mechanically controlled. There's just a rod that goes down underneath here and pushes down on the brake pedal. But that particular hand control, it's called the push and rock because it's real simple. You push and rock it. Just rotates back to us this way for gas, and then to brake is just pushing forward.
You make it sound so easy.
It
I've tried
really
to drive it before in a parking lot, and it's like.
So I usually drive like this, and then like I push the brake, and usually holding Andrea's hand with that.
I need her just like this.
And then I have the steering wheel knob, since my hands are tied up as far as easeability. Having the knob on here makes it so easy to turn. I don't have to do any hand over hand turns.
How long did it take you to get used to the hand controls?
It was really quick, actually. I had a great occupational therapist that did some footwork to talk to the DMV, and they got somebody to meet us at one of the rehab facilities to do a test drive or training to get the certification done before I even got out of the hospital, because I had to be able to hit the ground running, so to speak, or rolling really fast as soon as I got out of the hospital. Drove around for a while, trying not to let the fact that I was still medicated from the hospital affect me too bad. I looked at the different kinds of hand controls that there were, and then mechanically this style and setup worked out really well and made the most sense to me and felt right with the way I drive and everything. When people ask me about hand controls, I'm always quick to tell them to go buy the Featherlight push rock hand controls. They're just super nice and they work really good. Actually, this is good information for people that are needing hand controls. If you buy a new vehicle, the dealerships usually offer some sort of dollar amount towards making it accessible for you. In this case, Nissan paid $2,000 to help pay for the hand controls, which pretty much paid for it.
You make it look effortless. Like nobody would know that you were driving with your hands. But
yeah.
when I engage it and try to experiment with it, it's it's pretty obvious.
Nice.
Are we gonna see some goal scoring?
Probably not, but.
wheels on. They give me a lot more traction and push.
It's pretty muddy. We get to this field and it's like muddy and not
There's
very
no-
wheelchair friendly. There's
yeah.
a big giant hill. It's like,
This hill doesn't look that steep, but when you're trying to come back out, like pushing yourself, it's really steep. So it's just a pain in the butt that there's not like a nice.
wheelchair friendly. Anytime that we get to a new location that we've never been at, and we've never been to this particular soccer field before, I usually jump out of the car first, and I don't even know that you know I do this, but I scour the whole place. I scour for where's he going to get onto the sidewalk, where's he going to get down, how are things going to work. Get down.
Sorry.
How are things going to work? And so, yeah, when we got up to the top of this hill and looked down, and the first thing I saw was that there was mud everywhere, which is not good when you're using a wheelchair. And it's just kind of a daunting, frustrating, sometimes irritating situation when you're like, man, I'm just at my daughter's soccer game. Like, there needs to be accessibility. And I think we live in a world now like that feels like it's accessible, and accessibility is a big priority to people, but then there are so many places that are not accessible that people just don't think about unless there was someone in a wheelchair.
Going down the hill, I have to ride a wheelie, tip backwards, and that can be intimidating for somebody too. Like, I'm comfortable leaning way back in my wheelchair and basically putting my chest and my knees together if I'm on something that steep. And
yeah, because if you tried to go down and not in a wheelie, you would just fall out.
Yeah,
you would like face plant.
You wouldn't be able to go down.
So people that can't ride a wheelie on that steep of a surface just wouldn't be able to get down unless somebody, like, if they turned backwards and someone was like supporting them behind them or something. But other than that, it would be pretty difficult.
But lately, we've started. Nice.
Almost got me in the head.
Dang it, I missed. I know. I'll move it. So that's it. That's the setup.
I get a baby chair.
How many calories do you think you just burned?
Not
getting here?
enough, apparently. They're still there. Go again! Go! Go after it, hon! Quinn, wait! Stop there!
Can we talk about your toe?
So tough.
Let me look at it.
Get across! Get in there! Get in there! Nice! Alright! Go, Quinn!
Shooting.
Jeez.
Dad!
It's hectic with 6 kids, and sometimes your attention just, but I was just like, Quinn! And then she's like, I'm right here, Dad. I'm like,
Oh my God, grass in my brush.
Yeah.
5:30.
There you go. I got it out of there for you, big girl.
Mom, now where are we going? Mommy, now where are we going? Mommy, now
Now we are going to go home.
Alright, Mom. My bracelet wasn't in any of these chair pockets. So, lost it.
I guess.
No, thank you.
Got it.
Just like my phone, what I do.
That one was definitely a team effort. That was a really steep hill. I don't think we realized how steep it was, and then also the grass was kind of soggy, so that
And
made it
wet.
harder. And it was wet, and then Uriah was carrying all the things, and then at one point, as you can see the the umbrella kind of wedged in the tire, and Dan thought that it might be Marley's little foot that was getting wedged in the tire, so that's why he kind of panicked and turned to the side. And so then he's like, wow, like, what's happening? And then Uriah's trying to pull the umbrella out of the thing, and I'm trying to hold him up on one side so we don't tip over. And yeah, that was kind of a circus. But
Yeah. So steep. My gosh, it's so crazy.
those are the kind of situations we run across all the time where we just have to figure it out as a team and make it happen. Accessibility is extremely important. I mean, imagine if your only mode of transportation was a wheelchair and you got to a facility that just had inclines and mud and no ramps and stairs, and like it's a constant worry on your mind. When you get to somewhere and you see that it's obviously accessible, then that just completely sets your mind at ease. You don't have to sit there and worry about it the whole time.
Thanks for watching The Wheelchair Dad. If you have any questions about wheelchairs or hand controls or disability or anything that came to mind while you're watching our video, feel free to put it in the comments below. And punch today in the face.
And while you're at it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, comment, share, hit the notification bell. And if you're lucky, we'll reply to your comment with a video. That would be awesome. Have a great day.
All right.